wealthy man. Then Bart did something spontaneous and very foolish. To fund his new musical, Twain, about the legendary Robin Hood, he sold all his rights to Oliver. Twain was a box office disaster, and Bart lost £100 million in rights to his earlier show. In 1972, he declared bankruptcy and never recovered from the blow. He became an alcoholic, destroyed his liver, and died of cancer at age 68, a forgotten figure of the musical stage. Now isn't that a sad way to start what is supposed to be the uplifting half of our show? Well, let's turn from real-life tragedy to the Shakespearean kind. A week ago, I had the great pleasure of seeing my daughter and a cast of 60 other eager young teenagers perform West Side Story at Stratford-Spinell High School. It proved to be just as powerful a piece of theater today as it was nearly 50 years ago when it debuted on Broadway in 1957. The show's message of tolerance and love in the face of prejudice and fear is more urgent today than ever, and the music of Leonard Bernstein and the lyrics of a 26-year-old Stephen Sondheim continue to enthrall and delight. One of the signature numbers from West Side Story is Tonight, first sung by the doomed lovers Maria and Tony, and then reprised later in Act 1 by all the major characters in the show, in what is a textbook example of musical drama at its very best. Tonight we hear Tonight, sung solo by one of the Nichols gang, that silver-haired hoodlum named Great. A million light years from the contemporary drama of West Side Story is the 1939 Cole Porter musical, Barry Was a Lady. Now how's this for a plot? A washroom attendant wins $75,000 in the Irish sweepstakes, then accidentally drinks a Mickey Finn when he intends for his boyfriend, the nightclub singer, that he has a thing for. Then in a dream, he imagines he is Louis XV of France, and that the nightclub singer is his mistress, Madame du Barry. They don't write him like that anymore. Thank goodness. But the stars of the show, Bert Lahr and Ethel Merman, made it all great fun. And Du Barry Was a Lady enjoyed the third longest run of a Brook musical on Broadway in the 1930s. Now here's our second trivia question of the evening. What pair of zany redheads replaced Lar and Merman in the 1943 movie version of DeBerry Was a Lady. While you mull that one over, here's our good friends, Mary Schultz, Sandy Piccirillo, and Jody Gonzalez, to sing the show's biggest hit, Friendship. Take it away, girls.
The show was The Music Man, and it turned a B-movie actor by the name of Robert Preston into a Broadway star. The show's creator, Meredith Wilson, had spent his career up until then as a musical director. The Music Man made him a star too, at age 55. Wilson would never enjoy such success again, although he did produce two other respectable Broadway musicals, The Unsinkable Molly Brown and Here's Love. Now here's our hearty male ensemble to sing one of Music Man's lesser-known gems, Will I Ever Tell You, also known as Lida Rose.
Lida Rose, I'm home again to get the sun.
love men in suspenders. They're so cute. Porgy and Bess is the most celebrated opera ever written by an American composer. That composer being, of course, George Gershwin. Gershwin first conceived of adopting Dubois and Dorothy Hayward's play Porgy into an opera back in 1926. But it took nearly a decade for him to turn that dream into a reality. When Porgy and Bess debuted on Broadway in 1935, it was a financial failure. It was not until the show's revival in 1942, 5 years after Gershwin's death, that it was recognized as the masterpiece it is, and enjoyed the longest run of any Broadway revival to that time, 286 performances. In a score studded with classic songs, the standout song remains the haunting Summertime. It is heard 4 times in the opera and has become one of the most recorded songs in American music, with some 2,600 versions on wax. So here is Summertime, music by George Gershwin, lyrics by Dubois Hayward, and vocals by Danby Clark. Gershwin began his songwriting career writing scores for George White's Scandals, a popular series of yearly Broadway revues that was second in fame only to the Ziegfeld Follies. Gershwin composed 5 scores for the Scandals, as did songwriter Ray Henderson. Henderson, who died in 1970 in Greenwich, Connecticut, wrote many great standards, including The Best Things in Life Are Free, Button Up Your Overcoat, You're the Cream in My Coffee, and my all-time favorite, Bye Bye Blackbird. The song we were about to hear is not as well known as those, but still a lot of fun. Don't Bring Lulu was first heard in George White's Scandals of 1925 with lyrics by Lou Brown and Billy Rhodes. Our performers are that scandalous duo, Jim Tarbox and Humphrey Bryson, who will torture us once again with their guitar and banjo accompaniment. Sorry, guys.
If anyone's interested, they're available for birthday parties and bar mitzvahs. Just come see me after the show. I'm their agent. Few Broadway musicals have had as many collaborators as Peter Pan. The original score was written by composer Moose Charlotte and lyricist Carolyn Lee. But the show's producers were concerned that the songs they'd written, while good, weren't quite enough to carry the show. So they called in the veteran team of composer Julie Stein and lyricist Betty Compton and Adolph Green to write some more songs. One number the show was missing was a signature tune that would sum up the appeal of Peter Pan and the magical world he came from. Stein, Compton, and Green fill the bill with the beguiling Never Never Land, sung by the ageless Mary Martin in the original production and twice on television. We will hear it tonight, sung by the very young Vicki Holden and the ever-young Hazel Ann Reed. Immediately following, they will sing for us the hit ballad from the Music Man, Till There Was You.
Charm, you must find it with your heart.
first heard in 1957, but didn't make it to Broadway until just last year. All Shook Up, recorded by Elvis Presley, reached the top of all 3 hit charts, pop, country, and R&B, in the spring of '57, and stayed there for 8 weeks. It remains Elvis' second biggest U.S. hit, after Don't Be Cruel. All Shook Up was written by tunesmith Otis Blackwell, who wrote it on a dare. One day, Al Stanton, the owner of Shalimar Music, approached Blackwell while shaking a bottle of Pepsi and said, "Why don't you write a song called All Shook Up?" Blackwell accepted the challenge and wrote the song in 2 days. The song and its title came to Broadway in 2005. The musical highlighted Elvis's songs in a plot loosely based on Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, about a small-town girl who dreams of hitting the open road when a guitar-playing stranger brings romance and rock and roll into her life. Bad idea for a show. All Shook Up the musical fizzled, but All Shook Up the song continues to effervesce, as Michael Bark will now demonstrate for us. Hold on to your Pepsi bottles.
Oh, well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a buzzing street. My friends say a lot to the walls of love. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, my hands are shaking and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on the whole street. When you play, don't play, have such a lucky love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little bit stuck, but I'm feeling found. When I'm in a fear that I love best, my heart beats so it scares me to touch. You know what it is, what you like. My lips are like a long feel that comes. I'm proud to see that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My tongue is tied when it comes to speak. My inside shaking like the newborn street. There's only one cure for this party and love, and that's to have that girl in a love so fine. She makes me think of what you now got. Her lips are like a feel that comes. I'm proud to say that you're my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up.
Elvis is in the building. That was just like it. Our next song, Side by Side, is one of the few selections tonight that wasn't a Broadway hit, but it certainly was a hit. Its composer, Harry Woods, wrote many hit songs in Tin Pan Alley during the 1920s and 30s. Among them were such classics as When the Red, Red Robin Comes Bob, Bob, Bobbing Along, I'm Looking Over a Four-Leaf Clover, Try a Little Tenderness, and singer Kate Smith's theme song, When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain. While the composer of Try a Little Tenderness was not exactly a tender man, Woods was known for heavy drinking and an explosive temper. Now, his bad temper may have been caused by a physical handicap. You see, Harry Woods was born with no fingers on his left hand, yet he learned to play the piano and compose. Now let's hear his 1927 song hit, Side by Side, sung by that very even-tempered Jan Holden and the ever-gentle Mary Schultz.
You know, Nix, you and I should have teamed up years ago.
We're two of a kind.
Partners.
Through thick and thin.
Day and night.
Right or wrong.
rousing numbers from My Fair Lady is Get Me to the Church on Time, performed in the original production by British actor Stanley Holloway. A veteran of more than 70 films, Holloway almost walked out during the rehearsals for the show because he felt director Moss Hart was completely ignoring him. One day he asked Hart point blank why he was giving all his attention to Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews. Hart replied, "Look, Stanley, I have my hands full with a leading man who's never starred in a musical and a leading lady who's never played the lead in a musical before. Now you've done both, so if I don't talk to you, you should take it as a compliment." Well, Holloway did and was satisfied. He stayed with the show and went on to be nominated for a Tony and later for an Oscar as Best Supporting Actor when the film version came out in 1964. Now here is our own singing Brit, Humphrey Bryson, who has a date with destiny.
I get married in the morning, ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time. I gotta be there in the morning, spruced up and looking in before. Girls come and kiss me, show how you miss me, but get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, roll up the floor. If I am whistling, shoot me out the door. Oh, I get married in the morning, ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Tick up the rockers, but don't lose the compass, and get me to the church, get me to the church, be sure and get me to the church on time. I get married in the morning, ding dong, bells are gonna chime. Drug me or jail me, stamp me or mail me, but get me to the church on time. I got to be there in the morning, spruced up and looking in the time. Some bloke who's able to lift up the table and get me to the church on time. If I am flying, they shoot me down. If I am moving, get her out of town. Oh, I get married in the morning, ding dong, bells are gonna chime. Feather and Tommy, men out the army, but get me to the church, get me to the church, for God's sake, get me to the church on time.
Our finale tonight is appropriately Seasons of Love from the current Broadway hit Rent. Although the subject is life, love, and death on the contemporary Lower East Side of Manhattan, the aspirations of Rent's young would-be performers are part of a Broadway tradition that goes all the way back to the Ziegfeld Follies. Music is life, and the music of the Broadway stage lifts us from our everyday lives and our petty concerns and puts us like Tony and Maria in West Side Story, 12 feet in the air. We hope you keep your head in the clouds and your feet on the ground as you leave here tonight, perhaps whistling a tune of your favorite Broadway song. Thank you, and good evening.
$925,600 minutes.
show this evening. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did putting it on. We had tremendous fun for this show. I mean, we were sort of dancing around the stage rather than standing with books, and it was a challenge, but you know, we really enjoyed it. I want to say a couple of things, especially with some thank yous for people that are not in the program, because the program had to go to press, and one or two things that happened after the program went to press. I want to thank Richard and Judy Ganser for donating all the sailcloth for the backdrop, which was very kind of them. So, I also want to thank ASP for the loan of the projector. And I want to thank Pastor Joseph for building and Sandy for painting our cell block jailhouse barns. And I also want to especially thank my daughter Vicky for fitting all our microphones on. So she came and set me up. And I do want to reiterate some of the thank yous I put in the program, because some people have gone above and beyond. And one of those people is Jim Lang, who has provided and donated all our equipment, the lights, the microphones, the amplifiers, everything you see here from sound. And the lighting. It's been an incredible feat to try and make us all look good on stage, but he managed it. I also want to thank Judy Lang for bringing her special group of barbershop singers to sing with us today. Mixed notes, they did a wonderful job. They are singing around in the area, so if you ever need a quartet, I have them for Valentine's Day, so my husband has them for Valentine's Day. And I think, trouble is, Hazel Ann borrowed a bit of paper here, so I'm a bit... Okay, I just want to reiterate Jean Petrino, who did all those wonderful Broadway centerpieces. They're gorgeous with little cars. If you fancy taking one home for a child, you're very welcome. Jan went for tickets. And I want to thank Ralph Tomasi, our wonderful drummer over there. He came in and played just like that. And of course, we can't forget Greg, who's like just plays everything. No, Greg, can you put it up a bit, can you put it down a bit, you know, can you go sideways a bit? He manages to do it, so which is wonderful. And but also these people here, and there are a few people who are not on stage, but they've made all this worthwhile, and we've had a tremendous amount of fun. So please thank the ensemble. But I should leave them the last few words.
We especially have to thank Jan Holden. She makes this all happen. She works tirelessly.
Two? Thank you. Okay, good. Hey, it's bright up here. You can't see anything. Wow. Hey, you guys are special because you were here tonight. And I want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for enjoying what they've worked so hard to produce for you and for the benefit of our choir and our church. So let's give ourselves a round of applause as well. Thank you for coming this evening. And thank you, Jan and Paul. We hope you come again.